So very interesting to see what you're going to tell. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Johan. Thank you. Good afternoon. I'll try to make it not that painful this afternoon. So what I want to talk to you guys about is the utility bill. And we believe that in a lot of companies, utilities are doing quite well, but we are also active in a lot of other sectors. That bill that they send out each month, it's underused. You could do a lot more with it. What I want to try to do is give you some ideas, some getaways, takeaways maybe for your customers or yourself for that bill. So my name is Benoit. I'm a commercial director at POM. POM stands for Peace of Mind, and that's what we try to offer for all our clients. And also for the people that need to make a payment. So to make it as painless as possible, to really offer that peace of mind. Just to give you a quick idea in what area are we active, there are three main pillars where customers can use us. It's to create the invoice. So what we see today is that some customers just give us the raw data and then we can make a beautiful invoice. I have heard utility invoices, very complex. It's not that easy to make, but I think we do quite well. We do this also for a lot of other industries. Then we have a second pillar, that's payment. We want to offer that peace of mind also when it comes to payment, making it easy. I will touch upon it with some examples. And then there's a third pillar where we try to help our customers, and that's with the collection phase. So it is when you send out a bill that is not paid immediately, then you go into a reminder phase. And what we have done there is set up a software that helps companies really make it a process that is very flexible. What we see right now is that reminder process is very rigid, and it's not because companies want to keep it rigid, it's because the software they have they just lack that flexibility. And I would just want to give you some ideas and examples for that. Just some of our customers are also in the utility sector. Next to that, we have more than 3,200 companies that we service right now, and it goes from small sporting clubs to municipalities, also the government, a lot of hospitals, really in all kind of branches we are supporting those people, those companies. Just to give you a brief idea, we did 17 million successful payment transactions last year. This year we are going to break the 20 million barrier of successful transactions. And we do not do that alone. We have, Johan already mentioned it, we try to partner with other ecosystems and try to see where can we add that peace of mind to the service that other companies are using. So we have more than 80 partners with whom we are connected. And even if Johan talked about a painful event like paying your bill, after every payment we ask our customer, the end customer that did the payment, how was it? How did you perceive this? Because we want to learn from that. Are we still offering the right peace of mind? And then we get a customer satisfaction score of 93%. So even if it's painful, we try to make people pay. We're still doing it in a good way because they say, okay, this works for me like this. What we see is that when it comes to the bill, we see a lot of one-size-fits-all approaches when it goes to how do I send out the bill, on what moment do I do it, what tone of voice do I use, what message am I bringing, and certainly when it goes to the reminder process. And that's a pity, and it does not align most of the time with the approach that a lot of companies have when they are interacting with their customer, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to the different types of products that they offer. Then the bill or the bill to cash cycle even is not in line with that service, with that customer journey that you are offering. And as I said before, it's not because that companies don't want to offer that segmentation or that flexibility or to really go into a personalized interaction. It's because systems, most of the time, are unable to do it. And that's a pity, and that's how we try to solve it with POM, offering that peace of mind by really having a flexible platform. And I just want to give you some best practices on what we do, how we help companies to have a better customer interaction. First one is multi-channel invoice delivery. Johan, I think he saw my slides maybe, or we just had a good talk before. This is what we try to convince companies. You don't have one size that fits all. It's not one application or one channel that you are using that's going to serve everybody. People have different interests. They have different timings when they look at their invoice. So it's really important that you as a company, you try to help your customer reach him or her on the channel that of his preferation, that he prefers, sorry, or with the tone of voice that suits that customer best. And what we do, we don't try to invent the hot water. We look at what is available out there. What we do try to help our customers with is offering it all on one platform, offering it in one place so that you can make a decision. I compare it to the menu of a restaurant. It's you as our customer that decides, okay, what do I want to offer my end customer? Do I stick to paper and email, or do I want to include the Payconic application where I can easily deliver invoices in a secured banking environment? Because I think that a lot of my customers are waiting for that, and we see that they are. Because why did we include Payconic? And it is something that POM developed for the Bankcontact Payconic company. It's during COVID that we saw that phishing is still a booming business, unfortunately. And we saw that a lot of people were hesitating. Okay, I'm getting an email from my utility company. Is this really from my utility company, or is this an attempt for some phishing? And then we started thinking, okay, how can we help the system? How can we help our clients offering that peace of mind again? And then we got around the table with Bankcontact, Payconic, and we said, okay, let's try to develop something for you where we can deliver payment requests, because it's not only for the bills, it's also for your reminders that are directly imported into that banking environment, the banking application. And it's still the most downloaded banking application right now on the Belgian market. The 4 big banks of Belgium are shareholders, so the next phase is to roll it out in the other banks. But it gives you, as a customer, the certainty, the confirmation, okay, this is a legitimate payment request that I am getting. Let's go for that. Let's make the payment. And I have a small video on. It is with a music normally. So in your head, play a little song. So you see that you just need to activate it once, and then in the future, and that's the big advantage, you don't have to activate it for all the companies. So you don't have to say, okay, I want it for my water bill, I also want it for my sports school. You just activate this feature once, and then if we have an invoice, we try and see, okay, do I have this Benoit, did he activate that functionality? Yes, and then I try to deliver. This is no one size fits all again. This is just you as a company looking, okay, I try to look for the touch point that works best for that customer, and it could be that Payconic is the one of his preference. The second one I want to share with you tonight, or this afternoon, is a smooth payment experience. The payment itself is an action that you need to perform as a customer, and you need to make it as easy as possible. And what do I mean with that? What we know, what most of us know, is the first one, direct payment. That means you get a QR code on a piece of paper, or you get a payment button, you click on it, you scan your face, you give in your PIN code, and voila, the payment is done. But sometimes, we are now the 24th of September, sometimes you get until the 10th of October to make that payment. And a lot of people sometimes see a bill of 400 or more euros, and they say, okay, still some school bills that I need to pay, some new stuff for the kids. Let's postpone that payment until the pay date, until the due date. And some people are very good with administration, and they put it away or they snooze it in their mailbox. But a lot of people, they don't think of your bill that needs to be paid by the 10th of October. They think 15th of October. What am I missing? All right, I had to pay my bill. But in the meantime, you are already sending out reminders, so you're making costs again as a company, which is not that useful. Everybody knows that margins are tight. So that's why we added to the payment solution, the third one that you see, this payment on due date. So instead of saying the 24th, go and get the money out of my account right now, I just give permission to make that payment on due date. So it's a tokenized payment, not to go into a lot of techniques, but we get a token as a company to go and get the money, to collect it on the 10th of October on the due date. So that's really easy, not to make the payment today, but on a future basis. Another one is one-click pay. I have a small video of that later on, and it's just like the word says, just one click and it's paid. What do? Again, we work with that token, and we capture some information of your banking card, so that the next time you make a payment, we know, okay, this is Benoit, I still have his bank account. If he makes one click, I can use that token to go and collect the money from his account. And those same tactics we can also use for payment plans. And payment plans, for those of you who give out payment plans, which is also, I don't know the word in English, but it's a favor. So it's a favor for your customer, but sometimes those favors can be a real pain in the ass, because you need to follow up on those payment plans. You say, okay, dear customer, I hear your story, it's difficult, and you can pay in 5 installments. And then he pays the first one, he or she, the second one, and then 3, 4, and 5, they go missing. And then what do you need to do? Do you need to follow up with a call, send an email again? Do you need to send out a paper letter again? And that's why we try to use those tokens again to go for a smooth solution with the payments, the payment plans, where we reduce the number of touch points to a bare minimum. And I will show you right away. So these are the ways of how we can pay. And then, of course, you as a company decide what kind of payment schemes am I offering: Bankcontact, Visa, Apple Pay. And then you see in the bottom, Wero. So that's, most of you are already using it, maybe without even knowing, but it's also already there for peer-to-peer payments. And in the beginning of next year, it's an European payment solution that is being rolled out at the moment. And the first merchant-to-consumer payments will be introduced later this year, or maybe the beginning of next year. And as a launching partner of Wero, POM is also following this from a very short distance. Just some ideas to show you how you could address this. We help our customers with a smooth payment page, and you decide what solutions you want to offer to your customer. And here, just a small video to show you how the one-click pay works. So here, instead of having to go through all the face recognition, you just hit the pay button, and the bank account was still recognized from last time. So that's really, really easy. Really, a lot of companies are using this, and especially in utilities, because you have a monthly payment of the invoice that is being done, and it's an advance, a voorschot. So it's more or less the same amount that you want to generate, that you want to receive from your customer each month. So just making it easy with that one-click payment, because a lot of people are still hesitating, and I think it's a bit of a Belgian thing. People are very reluctant to give out SEPA direct debits, domiciliations, because a lot of people think, yeah, but what if there is a mistake in my invoice? Then I need to recuperate that money. So if you compare this to our Dutch neighbors, there are really at higher percentages for SEPA direct debit, but we are still a bit reluctant. We don't trust the invoices that are being sent out. So that's why we try to make the payment as seamless as possible. Payment plans. As I already said, we use that tokenized payment solution. So what we do is give you the possibility to get an installment plan, and by paying the first installment, you also give permission to go get the money from your account for the third, second, fourth, fifth, and sixth payment. So here, if I have an installment plan with 6 installments, normally you have 12 touch points, because every time you need to send a reminder to your customer, hey, dear customer, here's your second installment that you need to pay, and then the customer needs to say, okay, let's execute that payment. This you have times 6, so 12 possible points where it could go wrong, and we try to reduce it to a bare minimum, and with that first payment, we get permission to go collect the money on the other dates. We are doing this right now for the Justice Department in Belgium, so if you drive too fast, no worries, you can get an installment plan, thanks to us. And what we saw is that by using this method, we could bring the collection rate of their installment plans up to 95%. And for those of you who are giving out payment plans, you know that that's really a very good percentage. Normally we see old school way of working is between 40 and 60%. So really we brought this to a higher percentage with a smooth customer interaction and with a bare minimum of interaction of employees, because that was one of the requisites of the FOD. They said, we want to give it out, that favor, but no people can be included, so that's why we automated the whole process. The design. As I said, it's a monthly touch point with your customer, and I heard this during other presentations because we talked about the pricing before. I was in the customer panel before, and this is a monthly touch point, but we rarely give out marketing, communication, or other information that we want to share with our customer in that monthly bill. And that's really a missed opportunity, I would say. Here you see some examples of how we try to help our customers with setting up the bills that they send out. And this one I wanted to point out. We make it easy for companies to go into A/B testing mode. On the left-hand side, you see an invoice that goes a bit back to the old school bank transfer wires that you could cut off and bring to the bank. But we have sometimes older public, and a lot of companies say, yeah, we still want that call to action, and that's why we use the pink slip on the bottom. But you could very easily go for some A/B testing where you say, okay, my older public, I will give the pink slip on the bottom, and the other ones, let's not use that. But again, it's the lack of flexibility that sometimes makes that companies do not use that possibility. Another one is boost your invoice or your e-delivery with your invoices. During the payment, if we have companies, or a customer that scans a QR code on paper, it means that these people are already a little bit tech savvy, you could say. And what we try to do is, as smoothly as possible, ask for their email address to say, hey, maybe you would be interested in the future to get your invoices via mail. If yes, give us your email address and we will make sure that it'll happen next time. And we help companies, and we see that people are very eager to give this. We see between 70 and 90% of the people who scan a QR code also give out their email address to get a confirmation or to receive their invoices in a digital way next time. And then the last idea I want to give you is segmentation, and what lacks mostly in software systems today is just the possibility to go into segmentation. We believe that the future of segmentation is hyper-personalization, where you can really give a specific message for a specific person via a specific channel, even with a specific timing, knowing that that will give out the best collection rate possible for that customer. But let's just start small. That's what we advise companies. And that's why we also have the possibility in the platform to go for that A/B testing, and where we give insights in the data later on to say, okay, you tried 2 templates, you tried 2 different flows. Let's now compare what worked best, what had less inbound calls, where did we get faster payments, where did we get more payments. So it's really about making it accessible to go, instead of going from your gut and saying, okay, I think this feels best. No, just let the data decide, but try. Give it a go, and then you can decide based on the data. So those were 5 examples that I brought for you here today, just to give you an idea, just to show you that even the bill, how painful it can even be, it's a nice touch point, it's a nice monthly touch point with your customer. Try to maximize it as much as possible. If you have any questions, we are still here, and thank you for your attention.